The Mac Mini just underwent its most radical redesign in over a decade with the M4, but the industry is already looking toward a successor that promises to turn the desktop market upside down. This is the machine designed for those who demand the footprint of a notebook with the raw horsepower of a high-end workstation. We are talking about the M5 Mac Mini, a device that is currently being engineered to move beyond simple incremental updates and into the realm of modular chip architecture. If you are sitting on an older Intel machine or even a first-generation M1, the data coming out of the supply chain suggests that this is the specific hardware leap you have been waiting for. The core of the M5 story isn't just about a faster processor, it is about how that processor is built. Apple is reportedly transitioning to a tiled or modular system-on-chip design. For years, Apple's silicon has been monolithic, meaning everything is baked onto one single piece of silicon. While efficient, this creates a massive heat density problem. By moving to a modular approach using TSMC's latest SoICMH packaging technology, Apple can separate the CPU, GPU, and the specialized AI accelerators onto distinct dies. This allows the M5 Mac Mini to run at much higher clock speeds for longer durations without the thermal throttling that often limits small form factor PCs. You are essentially getting a thermal overhead that was previously reserved for the much larger Mac Studio, but inside a chassis that fits in the palm of your hand. Performance expectations for the M5 are staggering when you look at the underlying architecture. The chip is expected to be built on the N3P node, a refined 3nm process that offers a significant jump in transistor density. What does this mean for the average user? It means a baseline performance boost of 15% in single-core tasks and a massive 25% jump in multi-threaded workloads compared to the current generation. But the real headline is the GPU. We are seeing reports of a new neural accelerator integrated directly into the graphics cores. This isn't just the standard neural engine we've seen for years. This is a dedicated hardware layer designed specifically for real-time AI image generation, high-end video upscaling, and complex LLM processing. For creators in North America and Europe who are increasingly relying on AI-integrated workflows in Premiere Pro or DaVinci Resolve, the M5 Mac Mini is being positioned as the ultimate entry point for a localized AI-heavy production environment. Connectivity and professional-grade I/O are also seeing a standard-setting shift. While Thunderbolt 5 was once a Pro exclusive, the roadmap for the M5 suggests that ultra-high-speed connectivity will become the standard across the entire lineup. With 120 gigabits per second of bandwidth, your external storage arrays will finally operate at the same speeds as the internal NVMe drives. This effectively eliminates the bottleneck for editors working off external SSDs. Furthermore, the inclusion of Wi-Fi 7 and Bluetooth 6.0 ensures that this machine is future-proofed for the next generation of wireless networking. This is critical for professionals who work in environments with congested spectrums or those who require the lowest possible latency for wireless peripherals and high-resolution sidecar displays. One of the most requested changes from the user base has been an increase in base specifications, and it looks like 2026 is the year Apple finally delivers. Rumors suggest that the 256GB storage tier is being retired in favor of a 512GB base model. This change, while small on paper, completely changes the value proposition of the entry-level Mac Mini. It moves it from a budget option into a legitimate professional category right out of the box. You will no longer feel pressured to spend hundreds of dollars on upgrades just to make the machine usable for modern application sizes and local media caches. In terms of physical design, the M5 will likely retain the ultra-compact 5x5-inch footprint introduced recently. However, the internal cooling system is being completely overhauled to accommodate the modular M5 Pro chip. Because the heat-generating components are now spread across multiple tiles, the internal fan can spin at lower RPMs while moving more air across the critical zones. This results in a machine that is not only faster but significantly quieter under heavy load. For musicians and podcasters who need a silent stud I/O environment, this silent running capability is a major selling point. The manufacturing shift is also a point of major interest. Apple is diversifying its production lines, with a significant portion of Mac Mini assembly reportedly moving to facilities in the United States. This domestic production push is designed to mitigate global supply chain disruptions and ensure that custom-configured models reach users in premium markets much faster. It signals a commitment to the prosumer market that has made the Mac Mini its home for the last 2 decades. When we look at the software side, the M5 is being developed in tandem with the next iteration of macOS, internally referred to as Tahoe. This version of the operating system is rumored to include system-wide generative integration, a feature that offloads heavy generative tasks from the cloud directly to the local hardware. This is where the M5's enhanced neural accelerator shines. Instead of waiting for a server to process an image or summarize a document, the M5 Mac Mini will handle it locally, providing a layer of privacy and speed that cloud-based competitors simply cannot match. This on-device processing power is what will separate the M5 from every Mac that came before it. Price-wise, the industry is bracing for a slight adjustment. With the move to more expensive 3nm silicon and the doubling of base storage, we may see a starting price of $699. However, when you analyze the performance per dollar ratio, the M5 Mac Mini still comes out on top. It is effectively offering the power of a previous generation Mac Studio at less than half the price. For a professional looking to maximize their budget, the M5 Pro variant of the Mac Mini will likely be the sweet spot of the entire Apple Silicon lineup, offering enough GPU cores to handle 8K video streams without breaking a sweat. The launch window for this powerhouse is currently aimed at the middle of 2026. While many were hoping for a late 2025 release, the complexity of the new tile chip architecture has pushed the timeline slightly back to ensure yield stability. This extra time is being used to fine-tune the Fusion architecture, ensuring that the handover between the different chip tiles is seamless and latency-free. For those currently using an M1 or even an older Intel-based Mac Mini, the wait until mid-2026 will be well worth it. You aren't just buying a new computer, you are buying into the first generation of a truly modular, AI-first hardware platform. In conclusion, the M5 Mac Mini is shaping up to be the most important desktop release in Apple's modern era. It represents a total convergence of power, efficiency, and intelligence. By focusing on localized AI performance, high-speed Thunderbolt 5 connectivity, and a more generous space storage configuration, Apple is addressing every major pain point of the modern creator. The shift to a modular design ensures that the Mac Mini can finally punch in the same weight class as full-size towers while maintaining the silent, compact elegance that defines the brand. Whether you are a developer, a creative professional, or someone who just wants the fastest possible desktop experience in the smallest possible package, the M5 Mac Mini is the clear target for your next upgrade. It is a machine that doesn't just keep up with the future, it defines it. Keep your eyes on the supply chain leaks, as the transition to the M5 is going to be the biggest story of 2026. This is the new standard for the desktop experience.